Have you seen that episode of The Simpsons? During the Ice Age, Marge became the family's hunter. She spotted a giant python on the grassland, summoned all her strength to hurl a stone, and struck the snake's body with pinpoint accuracy, knocking it unconscious. Back home, she skinned the python and cooked a hearty lunch for the kids. Homer, though covered in bruises, remained strong and robust. He never gave up the chase, and after a long pursuit, the fawn finally collapsed from exhaustion, becoming his dinner. Bart was scared into hiding by a vicious wolf only to find the beast standing right behind him. Hearing Bart's cries for help, Marge rushed over at once. The sight triggered her maternal instinct instantly. She grabbed a dagger, charged forward, and stabbed at the wolf. Wounded, the wolf had no choice but to retreat. Marge hurried to Bart's side to comfort him, but winter had arrived, and their stored food was far from enough. Abe refused to watch the children go hungry. He decided to split his last remaining food equally among everyone, then stood up and left resolutely. Homer tried to stop him, but Abe was determined he didn't want to be a burden to his family anymore. After embracing Homer, he left the place forever. Months later, spring came. Marge knew this was the perfect time to hunt, but the vicious wolf had long since recovered and was lying in wait for revenge. The kids stepped back in fear, but Marge raised her stone spear and stood in front of them. A fierce battle was imminent. She managed to stab the wolf's front leg, but the beast counterattacked quickly. The two sides were evenly matched, both sustaining serious injuries. In the nick of time, Homer arrived. The cunning wolf sensed the tide turning, immediately destroyed their home, and fled in panic. Homer tended carefully to Marge's wounds, gazing at their ruined house. He paused, then looked toward the distant mountains and soon hatched a plan. The family packed their meager belongings and set off on a journey of migration. Along the way, Homer led everyone to climb a large boulder, but just then, the wolf charged out of nowhere, knocking Marge aside. In the next second, it sank its teeth into Homer's abdomen and slammed him against the sharp mountain peaks. Homer was impaled by the jagged rocks and died instantly. Though overcome with terror, Marge forced herself to stay strong to protect the children. She summoned her courage, charged at the wolf, used the momentum of the rocks to leap over its head, and landed on a giant boulder. Unable to reach her, the wolf retreated once again. They struggled onward, only to be stopped by a cliff. Marge scanned the area, pushed over a large tree, and used it as a bridge. Just as they were about to reach the cave entrance, the wolf appeared before them once more. A bolt of lightning split the rocks, and the falling boulders pinned the wolf underneath. Marge stepped forward, raised her spear, and prepared to deliver the killing blow, but the wolf looked up at her with pleading eyes, begging for mercy. In the end, Marge moved the boulder, snapped her spear in two, and set the wolf's broken bones. When the wolf recovered, it became surprisingly gentle eventually. It joined the Simpson family as a pet, guarding them forever.